Morning friends. Today we will learn about package and subprogram of the VHDL language. In previous lectures we discussed about VHDL statements. VHDL statements are of the two types, concurrent statement and sequential statements. We also learn various types of concurrent statements and sequential statements, their syntax and examples, and how to use statements in the different types of modeling. Today we will discuss about the very important feature of VHDL language. In first lecture we discuss about fundamental units of VHDL language. VHDL language consists of three fundamental units: library declaration, entity declaration, and architecture. In library, we discuss about library. Every library consists of different packages, and every package consists of different types of components: declaration, constant declaration, type declaration, and many other things. Now, out of this, we will learn about what is meant by package and part of the sequential statement, that is a subprogram. Now, primary purpose of package is to encapsulate elements that can be shared among two or more units. Package is nothing but common storage area which is used to hold the data to be shared among the different number of entities. Declaring the data inside of the package allows the designer that data to be referenced by other entities. Hence, thus that data can be shared among with others. Now, every package consists of two parts. Let's see how to write a package. The package writing consists of two sections: package declaration section and package body. Let's see one by one how to declare the package and how to write a body. The package declaration section contains the following declaration. Means every package declaration section consists of different subprogram declaration, type subtype declaration, constant deferred constant declarations, component declaration, attribute declaration, and file declaration. Out of this you can declare what you require for your program. Let's see the example of package. The package declaration start with the keyword package, name of that package, which is example in this case is. After that you can declare different types, subprogram, constants. Starting with, in this example we have declared the different types of. First type is 9 value. Type 9 value is, inside the bracket we have written the different 9 values which we are going to declare. They are Z0, Z1, Z2, R0, R1, R2, F0, F1, F2. Second type, we have declared the cluster which is of the array of 16-bit, and that array has type 9 value. Type T underscore cluster is array 0 to 15 of 9 value semicolon. Third type, we have declared the T cluster vector, which is again a array of natural range values, and its type is of cluster. Next line, we have declared the function inside the package. Function resolve, inside the bracket the parameters are yes colon T underscore cluster vector, and after that we have written the function T underscore cluster value. Subtype, we have declared T W class is, it is of the type resolve underscore cluster T underscore cluster semicolon. Next line, we have declared the constant undriven colon T underscore W class. End of the example. In this way, inside the package, we can declare whatever required for a VHDL program. It may be the different data types, it may be the array, it may be the function, it may be the subtype, it may be the constant. Second section of the package is nothing but the package body. Package body can also contain the following declarations: subprogram declaration or body, type subtype declarations, constant declaration, file declaration, alias declaration, and use clause. Let's understand the example of package body. Now here package body class pack is, we have declared the constant undriven. It is of the type TW class and its initialized value ZX. Function, we are going to declare the functions. Function resolve underscore cluster inside bracket in parameters yes colon t underscore class underscore vector return t underscore cluster is. Next line, we have declared the variable result. It is of the type t cluster. Next line, variable drive underscore constant. It is of the type integer. This is about declaration section of the package body. After begin, now actual package body starts where logic is explained. If yes length equal to 0, then return undriven end of the if. This is the first statement where the length of variable yes is compared. If it is 0, then it will return the undriven value. For next line, we have used the loop, for loop. For I in yes range loop, if s of I is not equal to undriven, then count of the then drive count is incremented by 1. By writing the line, drive count is assigned drive count plus 1. And if drive count is equal to 1, then result is assigned a of I. Else result is assigned undriven. End of the loop. End of the if, then end of the for loop. Return the value of result to the function. End resolve cluster function and end cluster. In this way, we can write the package body where we can declare what operation we have to perform using the different constants, subprograms and functions. The package, if it is declared, it may be the global for the given subprograms. Now, second type we are going to learn today, that is a subprogram. Subprogram is very important sequential statements where we are going to declare out sequential statements inside the subprograms. Now, the subprogram are of the two types, procedure and functions. Subprograms, they are similar to the process statements, means they are again executable as process executed parallel or concurrent way, but whatever the statements written inside the process are the sequential statements, means they are executed one by one. Similar way, subprogram are executed parallel, but statements written inside the subprograms are again sequential statements. Hence, subprograms we can use in the sequential statement. If, case, loop and wait is not allowed in the subprograms. Fundamental difference of the subprogram is at level of applications, means where we can use the subprogram, it depends on applications. Here, process is intended for the immediate use in the main code and others are intended mainly for the library allocations. Hence, the purpose of this is to store commonly used piece of the code, means the repeated section of the code we can store in the subprogram, and that subprogram is called when required, so that they can be reused or reshared by other projects. Hence, if desired, the type of the subprogram, that is function or procedure, can be installed in the main code itself. These are the subprogram properties. Let's see the basic difference between subprogram, procedure and functions. Here, the work of procedure or function of procedure and functions are same, but they have some features. Procedure can return more than one value, while function can return only one value. Procedure has in out and in out parameter inside the parenthesis at the declaration part, but in function it has only input parameter, that is in. The procedure may not execute in the zero simulation times, means it takes time depending on the wait statement, but functions are executed in zero simulation time because wait statement cannot use in the function. Procedure call is considered as a separate statement, but functions are part of the expression. Procedure may wait on some input data, but functions are used to perform the computation on data available immediately. Procedures are used to partition the large code, and functions represent frequently used block of code. Function syntax. To construct and use of function, there are two parts which are necessary. First part is known as a function body, and second part to call to that functions, means function call. Let's write function body. How to write the function body is very important, because while calling that function, that executable line goes to that function section, means function body, and it will execute the task or perform the operations. Function body start with the keyword result keyword function. After that, name of the function, which is user defined. After that, inside the parenthesis you have to mention the parameter list, especially input parameters, and after that return type. After that, data type is declaration, means after return data type is each is a reserved keyword, and then declaration means function name, inside the bracket parameter list, return data type is. And declaration section, you can declare the various signals which are required while performing the operations, or you can say to show intermediate signals which store the values during the operations. After begin, you can write the all sequential statements to perform the task or operations on the input data to generate the results. And lastly, end of the function name. Here in function body parameter list, you can declare the constant signals which are inputs. Like how to declare constant again? Then constant keyword, after that constant underscore name, that is a user defined constant. If it is a constant used to measure the physical parameters, physical measurements like length, pressure, time, temperature, etc., then you have to mention the constant name. Colon, its type, constant underscore type is very important. Or you can declare the signal in the parameter list. While declaring the signals, you have to write the keyword signal, the name of that signal, colon, signal type. We cannot use the variable inside the parameter list. Hence, there can be any type of synthesizable data type you can use inside the function body. There is no range of specification should be included, means do not enter the range when you are using the integer, or to down range to when using std logic vector. Their function has only one return value, and its type should be specified by data underscore type. This is about the features of function body, how we can declare the function body, what we can declare in the parameter list, what are the restrictions. There is no need to declare the integer range or standard logic vector range. Let's see the example of function body. Function f1. Here we are going to declare the function f1. Inside the parenthesis, we are going to declare the inputs. A and B are the inputs of the type integer, semicolon, and signal C, it is of the type standard logic vector. Complete the bracket. Return type is boolean, means it will either return 0 or 1. Is begin. After begin, in sequential statement, we can perform the operations on the given inputs and generate the result, and finally value is returned to the function call. End Finally, after explaining the operations using the sequential statement, final end of the function with function. Now, how to call the function from the main code? A function is called as a part of an expression. The expression can obviously appear by itself, or it may be associated to some statements like concurrent or sequential statement. Let's see some example of function calls. In first function, signal x is assign a value convert integer of a. Here the convert integer, it is a function which converts a value of a into the integer. Means a has some value, suppose it has some boolean value or binary value, it converts into the integer and it is assigned to the signal x. In second statement, y is assigned maximum of a and b, a comma b. It returns the large, here maximum a comma b is a function and it will perform the largest value, calculate the large value out of two inputs a and b, and this value is assigned to the y. Means after performing the operations on a and b and after calculating the largest value, the value should be returned to the main call and it is assigned to the y. In third, if x is greater than maximum a comma b, here it compares the x value to the largest value of a and b, which is the output of function maximum a comma b. This is about function call. Now where to store these functions? Functions and procedure both have the same locations, hence I have mentioned the function or procedure locations. Functions and procedures are written inside the package, or you can write inside the package body, which are stored inside the library, or you can mention in the main code inside the architecture or entities. Let's see the example of function. Use, first of all, we have declared the num type package. Use IEEE, use library IEEE semicolon, use IEEE dot standard logic 116 dot all. This is about the library declaration. After that, we have declared the package num underscore type. Package num underscore type is type log8 is array 0 to 7 of standard logic. Here we have declared the type log8, which is of the array of 8 locations, and every location is of the type standard logic. End of the num type. Now we are writing the main code where we have declared the function. Use library IEEE, use IEEE dot standard logic 1164 dot all, use work dot num underscore type dot all. This is about the library declarations. Here we have added the package num underscore type from the work library, which is already defined above. Then entity convert is hold I1 colon in log8. It is of the type I1 is a input of the type log8. O1 it is of the type out integer. End of the convert. Architecture behave of convert is function vector to integer is inside the bracket. Yes, we are here. We have, after architecture, we have declared the function vector to integer, and we have passed the value of input parameter yes, which is of the type log8, and its return type is return integer is. We have declared the variable result. Its value, its type is integer. Initialize its value is 0. Begin. For now main logic operation, how we are converting the value of vector to the integer. For I in 0 to 7 loop, result is assigned result into 2. If s of I equal to 1, then result is assigned result plus 1. End of the if. Means this is the logic to convert the vector value into the integer value. We are multiplying by 2, and if s of I is equal to 1, then result is equal to, then we are incrementing the result value. And if end of the loop, end of the result, and end of the vectors, means end of the function. Begin. And finally O1 is the output. Output is assigned vector to integer I1. Means that is again we are going to assign vector to integer functions return value by passing the I1 end of the behavior. This is about a function which simply converts your vector value to the integer value, and the logic is explained inside the functions. For that purpose, first of all, we have declared the package of the data types. We have declared the package or num type. After that, that package we have called in the main library work.num underscore type.all, and after that in main code we have declared the functions, write the functions, and in that function we have written the logic how to convert the vector to the integer value. And finally after begin we have called that functions. Means in the example we have what we have done, we have write the package, then declare that package, then use the function inside the main code and call that function. All the operations we have done in the one program. Again, the functions type of the functions. Here there are two types of function: conversion functions and resolution function. Conversion functions, they are used to convert an object of one type to another. Means suppose you have to convert the object of one type into the another type, then you can use the conversion function. In what cases we can use these conversion functions? They are used in the component instantiation statements, to which allows mapping of signals and ports of the different data types. Okay. Let's see the examples here. In example, the conversion functions which converts the values of four values. Function conversion for value, we have passed the input parameter yes colon 4 value, return data type is 4 value each. Here already we have declared the 4 value data type. Begin, in case yes is, when the value of yes is x, then we have to return the x, the same data type. When value is L, we have to return the 0. When value H, we have to return 1, and when Z, we have to return the Z. Means we can convert the data type from one form into another form by using conversion functions. End of the case, and finally end of the function. Second type of the function is the resolution function. Resolution function is used to return the value of signal when signal is driven by the multiple drivers. Means it returns the signal value when that signal is driven by the multiple drivers. Hence this function consists of resolution function. This function consists of function which is called when one of the driver for the signal has an event occur on it. Means when one of the driver which runs that signal, and when that when any event or change any event occurs on that signal, means value may be changed, at that time the resolution function can use. The resolution function is executed and returns a single value from all of the driver values, and this value is a new value to the signal. Means the function returns only one value from all of the driver values, and that value is updated and considered as a new value of that signal. Now, second type of subprogram is a procedure. Procedure, as we have seen the difference between function and procedure, the procedure has one advantages: it can return more than one value. Hence procedure is very similar to a function and it can return more than one value. Now the procedure, while writing the procedure in the VHDL code, it should divide it into the two sections again. First procedure body and second procedure call, similar to function body and function call. Let's see the procedure body. The procedure body is very similar to function body, starting with the name, keyword, procedure, then procedure underscore name, then inside parenthesis parameter list. Here we have to mention all parameter. In function we can mention only one parameter, input parameter. But while writing the procedure in parameter list, we can mention the in, out, and out parameters. After that is procedure cannot have a return data type. After is declaration section. Declaration section consists of different signals and variables required for that procedures. Begin. After that, sequential statements and end of the procedure. Then procedure example. Procedure. After that, my procedure. My procedure, it is a user defined name. What purpose we are going to define that procedure, we should provide a name to that procedure. After that, inside the bracket, you have to mention all the in, out, and in out parameter. A colon in standard underscore logic. You have to mention the data type also, semicolon. Signal B comma C colon in standard logic, semicolon. Signal X colon out standard logic vector 7 down to 0, semicolon. Signal Y colon in out integer range 0 to 99. Means while writing the parameter list, mention all in, out, in, and in out parameter. After that is, after that begin, you have to write the operations which are going to perform on that input parameter and the end of that procedure. While writing the procedure in parameter list, you can mention the constant, signal, and variable also. Now let's see how to declare the constant. Constant underscore name colon its mode, its type. Signal underscore name its mode, its type. And variable underscore name colon its mode and type. Okay, this is about the parameter list. There is a slight difference between the parameter list of procedure and function. In function, we are going to pass only the input parameters, hence no need to mention the mode. But here procedure, you have to mention the modes. Procedure can have any number of in, out, or in out parameter, and it can be the signals, variables, or constants. Let's see the procedure call. Procedure call is itself a statement, while as we have seen in function call is a part of expression, but procedure call itself a statement. It can appear by itself or it can be associated to another statement, either concurrent or sequential. Let's take example, compute underscore mean underscore max inside the bracket in1 in2 out1 out2. This procedure calculates minimum and maximum value from the given signals, given input, and it will generate the output 1 and output 2, means return the output 1 and output 2. As we already discussed, the function and procedure locations are already same, means we can declare the procedure inside package or package body, and it is present in the library also. We can declare the procedure in main code, inside the architecture, or inside the entity sections. This is about the subprogram, and while writing the VHDL code, subprogram plays very important role, because subprogram consists of a part of a piece of code which is to be repeated number of times. Means we can write a function for specific purpose and use that function or procedure for number of times whenever that same type of functionality is required for the next purpose in next part of the VHDL code. Okay, this is about today's lecture. In today's lecture, we discuss about what is meant by package, how to declare a package, what is meant by package body, then how to call a package, then subprograms, what are the types of subprogram like function and procedure, how to declare a subprogram, what is meant by function, how to declare a function, what is the function body, what is the function declaration section, and what is the function call. Similar way, what is the procedure body, what is the procedure call, how to call a procedure. Okay, again we have seen what is the basic difference between procedure and functions, how to write a parameter list. This all about this all things we have discussed today. Okay, thank you.